Alright, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 for the Deku was skilled. I'm actually going to do a Spider-Man with it. Think about doing it today or tomorrow. I'm going to do it after this, actually. So, this part 2, like I said, and, I'm going to be able to explain what Deku's, vigilante gear look like. Just imagine his, gear as a cannon. But, the green is more darker. And, the black, also there. And the white parts, they're actually not white. It's actually black or green. And, he gonna have them made by a hero, company, but they ain't gonna know that they gonna basically just didn't pay for it. They gonna say to deliver it to a certain address, and, he basically gonna take it and not pay for it. So, Deku isn't joining UA, he's not. And he also is basically he's not he is going to kill, but he doesn't really like to kill, but he's going to have to sometimes. And let's get into the story. So Deku's in jail, like I said, not prison, in jail. So one of the officers is walking by, and he doesn't really care that Deku's there, but so he started leaning on Deku's cell, with his back turned to him, thinking that Deku can't really do anything. But what Deku does is he sneaks up behind the man. He puts his arm throughout the out of the cell, and he chokes the man out. Knocking the man out, he takes his keys. He unlocks his cell. He takes the police officer's uniform. He puts it on. The police officer was around his height. Deku was actually taller than in canon. So, he puts on the police officer's uniform, and he puts the police officer in his clothes as he walks out of, basically the cell area, as he goes to where what's it called? Security room. He goes inside of there. He sees the officer that's supposed to be looking at the cameras. He isn't. He's just watching videos, like cat videos or something. Videos to make them laugh and things like that. So what Deku does is, he basically sneaks up behind his officer. He knocks him out. Basically with nightstick, he knocks him out. He then, erases all the footage of, his cell block. And every other cell block, and he basically destroys the cameras. But he keeps them there, but he cuts the wires to the cameras so they won't be functioning. He then goes to the alarm button. He cuts that too to make sure there's no alarms. Now Deku then leaves that room. He goes to the armory. He takes a couple of guns with him, put them in a bag. He takes them with him. Take some guns, some other weapons like batons, nightclubs. I think it's called nightclub. I don't know. The thing that Nightwing uses. He takes some knives, guns, ammo, body armor, all that things. He takes them, tasers, and he leaves. He gets the keys to a police car. He goes out back, not going to the front. He goes out the back. Goes to one of the police cars, use the keys on to open the door. He gets in, he turns it on, and he drives away. With nobody noticing. So he basically just stole a police car. So they have tracking devices on every police car. So what he does is he goes to, an area which no people actually go, and what he does, he goes under the police car. He takes out the tracking device, he cuts it, he puts it, after driving around a little bit, he finds a truck and he puts the tracking device on it. He then brings this police car to an abandoned underground, facility, which basically it's like underground, basically, what's it called? Garage, parking garage. He takes it there. He brings it underground and he, basically covers it up. He gonna use it again. He brings out all this gear, and he finds, this room inside, underground parking garage. This room has a bed, camera systems, and it's actually pretty clean because nobody actually be there. So it don't have no dust or nothing. Don't know why, it's just clean. So Deku lays down all his gear and he, basically, stays there for the night. He cuts, his hair with the knives, cut, his hair a little bit lower, so he can move freely and his hair won't block his vision or nothing like that. He changes, his clothes from police officers to a different pair that he stole. And he basically, what he does is he leaves everything there. He leaves the parking garage and he goes out on the streets. So he started beating people up, taking their money so he can pay for things like food, clothes, the essentials. And what he did is he actually stole a hero's phone and copied all the contacts in there, including a hero agency that makes hero outfits. So he calls them up one day and asks them if they could make him a hero outfit. And he said they asked what it would look like. He said, what Deku's costume looked like in canon, but except for the ears, all my thing. Instead of that, got goggles that's basically bulletproof that's covering his eyes, and he want things to be laced with rubber and basically be laced with rubber and also be laced with bulletproof fibers, so that way he won't get shot or stabbed, nothing like that would happen. And he want the boots to have springs in it so he can boost his speed and other things like that. They say, okay, we will have that made in such and such time, and we will deliver it at what's the address, as he tells them a fake address. And they say, okay, you will have to come and pay for it, after you get the hero suit. As Deku says, okay. As Deku hangs up the phone and takes off, this fake voice modulator. Because, Deku was using that to change his voice, so it won't, the card won't come back to him, his voice. So, they make, Deku's outfit, including the mask, which the mask, basically, not the face mask thing. I'm talking about the rebreather, the thing right there that, Deku has, the mask thing on this hero outfit. Deku has that on, along with a rebreather. It basically turns to that, or a gas mask. So, Deku has it, delivered to this place. Deku takes it in. He says he will, pay for it when he gets the chance to come in. They say, okay. But, Deku basically cutty dips from that place he was at. He brings the suit back to his, basic living place at that time, and he basically modifies it. He brings out the tasers that he stole, and he implements the function of, his knuckles having a tase to them, which, it's a button that he can press. He then puts the buckle, what the police officers have, like the pistol, taser, flashlight, the baton, extra clips, that area. Puts that on his outfit with a pistol in it. It already has a clip in it, but he has his own safety and other clips, which he learned how to use a gun, learned how to shoot it, learned how to, lead his bullets, and, a lot of things like that. He pulls out an assault rifle. He, loads that with clips too. And he puts that on his back. And, his boots, basically, with the springs in it, allow him to jump from wall to wall real easily, and also boost his speed, like I said. But, he started fighting with it, with the costume. Without villains first, he started, fighting just like someone said it before, shadow martial arts. He just started doing it, basically it's like you picture a target and start fighting with him. So Deku start fighting with him with this new costume, and after a couple of weeks, he get accustomed to it. Which the heroes are looking for him. They got a bounty on him to capture. They let out his real name to capture Izuku. Just Izuku. Don't know the last name. And they show a picture of him. If you see this guy, report to us immediately. So what Deku does is he, buys contacts, different color, eye color contacts, which is basically just brown, and he buys hair dye. And he dyes his hair black. So this isn't permanent, this is just, for the time being, he's gonna look like this so he can get, to the right living state, so he can get a proper place to live. A hideout. So Deku started going on the dark web, like in libraries. He started going on the dark web, and he goes, deep inside of it, learning about different villain bases. So he decides to hit one of them and makes that his hideout. So basically, what he does is puts on his mask, puts on his goggles, and he gets. Actually, he gets a suppressor, puts on his pistol, and the submachine gun he has MP5. Yeah, I'm gonna say he has that. As he goes out through the place with just a knife out right now, knife and a pistol, and he takes down all of the members of this villain group, kills them all. Takes the bodies, he takes it to an area, he dumps them. And, that place gonna smell like rotten corpse in a little bit. But he moves all his gear to this place. He cleans it up from all the blood, all the bullet, casings, the bullet shells, cleans them up too. He put all his weapons into one room. He puts his clothes in one room and things like that. And he brings his police car to the area too, and brings it underground because they had that. And then he start modifying the police car. He puts armor on it, and he also tinkers with the lights a little bit to make them brighter. And he makes the tires bulletproof and the glass bulletproof. But he also implements another feature to where, if you touch the police car without, not knowing the handprint to it, it's going to shock whoever does it. And, it has a self-driving feature now. It will come to Deku, and basically if Deku calls for it, it will come to him. He also added a turbo to it and, made it faster. He did an engine swap with a Lamborghini engine. Well, one of the strongest engines you can find. I don't know the strongest engine, so don't ask me. One of the strongest engines that could fit his car, police car. He then, changed the paint of it, which it was, black and white, or whatever color, police cars are in Japan. I'm just gonna say this one is black and white. He then, spray painted to only be black. He took all the stickers off and, all that. The police car looked real cool. So, he, as they're getting situated, he has to go out and he started killing villains. Killing villains that he feel like should die, and sparing villains that should, from what he feels. He took off the suppressor, so he gonna be loud. So one night, a bunch of villains, a whole group of villains, about like 80, was basically just fighting. Basically these villains were fighting, and then out of nowhere, all they heard was, basically stop, please don't. and bang. And then later, after that, they hear a couple more bangs, and then someone came in, basically covered in blood, saying we have to get out of here, we have to run. It's the hero hunt. No, it's the villain hunter. Not villain hunter. It's the It's the King Cobra. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. They call Deku the King Cobra. We have to run. It's the King Cobra. And then they hear another bang, and then the man drops. Then they hear the shell to the gun, not gun, shell to the gun. No, the shell to the bullet. Drop to the ground. Then they hear a loud noise on. Then click. This Deku loading another clip. He then puts inside of the place where you holster it, puts it inside there. Deku then pulls out his assault rifle. He cocks it back. They hear that sound. And then all they see for the next second is a red eye and green, lighting up green. Like poison. And then the next thing they heard was and people start dropping. And they screaming. Police were called, because of the sound of gunshots. As Deku's going out through this whole crowd, wiping these people down. And then he puts a gun away, the last two people. Deku runs at him. And then they said, alright then, you wanna fight? We're gonna fight. As they go through a punch. Deku basically dodges it. They see that he's super fast. Deku then throw a punch at them. And then he, activates the gloves, shocking the person, which basically a lot of volts basically knock him out. Deku then rushes the other person. He does, he punches this dude in the jaw. Sideways through the jaw from the right, and then punches, in the left side of his jaw. He then punches him in the ribs from the left side. Kicks his leg back. He's falling down. Deku then kicks his left side, kicks the right side of his head, and the man falls down. He's knocked out. Deku then sees the police sirens are close, so what he does is he runs up to a window. He jumps out. The police officers see him. They say, follow him and capture him. As Deku is running, they see he's really fast. Deku then presses a button on his gauntlet. No, not gauntlet. Presses a button on his chest, and they just see a car come out of nowhere. Just drift out of nowhere. The door open. Deku jumps in it. He closes the door. And he takes control and he drives. They see this car just come out of nowhere, and they see this kid jump in it. They see the Cobra jump in it. He then drives off. Drives off faster than all of their police cars. So, they lose sight of Deku, and Deku goes back to his hideout and basically, puts his weapons away and just crashes, sleeps on the couch. The cops then go back to the warehouse to see what happened. They see the blood and carnage of what Deku did. They get, coroners, paramedics and other things like that to take away the bodies and check and see if anyone is left alive. They only see two survivors, two males that survived. They asked them what happened after they woke them up. One forgot everything because he got kicked in the head so hard he forgot. But the other one that got shocked, he said it was the Cobra. All I saw was a red eyes. Not even eyes. They were goggles. A green suit with black, but the green stood out. It looked like they was glowing, like poison. Then he rushed in here after killing someone in front of us and wiped out everyone else with a gun. I don't know what it was, but it was pretty loud and it, wiped out a lot of us. I guess only me and him are the only ones alive. As they say, yeah. Well, you're going to jail for, villain activity. So what we can see, you guys were in the fight. He says, yeah, I'm not going to lie about that. Just give me away. I don't want to be here anymore. Sorry about that. Phew. Sorry about that. Natural function. Can't stop it. I'm getting hungry. So that all happens, and Deku is still on the loose, and they still looking for him. Now, during this time, Inko has actually got back to Japan, and she's wondering what happened to Deku. So she goes to the only person that she knows in Japan that might know. So she goes to Mitsuki's house. She goes, she knocks on the door. Bako isn't there. He actually is he actually is training for UA. So he isn't home. Oh yeah, all this is happening over the span of 10 months. It's now 5 months in, actually no, 6 months in. Inko goes over and she knocks on Mitsuki's door. Mitsuki says, Inko, as she hugs Inko and says, it's been a long time since I last saw you. Like, let me see. It's been, 12 years since I last saw you. How have you been? Inko says, I just, was able to get here after basically being in the hospital for, my coma. Says, okay, come in. As they sit down, Inko asks Mitsuki what happened, to Izuku. And Mitsuki says she wasn't able to basically get him, and he was placed in an orphanage. And he grew up in an orphanage, but now I don't know where he's at. Originally, I did know because he went to the same school as Bakugo, or Akatsuki. He went to the same school as him, but then something strange happened, and certain events started to happen. And she asked, what do you mean? As Mitsuki just said, here, look on the news. Inko looks on the news, she sees, the vigilante, the vigilante cobra, strikes again. This time, about 78 villains, were killed. Only 2 survived. They say the cobra, also known as Izuku, has to show a picture of him. We don't know his last name, but he has been one of the most dangerous vigilantes that we have yet. Not even a vigilante, as some say, they call him a villain. But from what I can tell, he hasn't killed any heroes yet, or hurt any heroes or police officers. So I wouldn't say he is a villain because he doesn't try to harm those who are innocent. Which is a lie. They're gonna kill heroes when he needs to. If he wants to, he could just kill any hero, but he don't, because he don't want to. Inko is shocked from this that her baby boy, is basically a vigilante. And she's wondering how this happened. As Mitsuki basically explained the first time that she actually met Deku. It was when, Deku was in middle school. And, Bakugo had just been beaten up. Well, got into a fight. She didn't know who actually did it, so she went to the middle school and asked the principal how her, son, kept getting, bruises on him every day. The principal then says, no, because this, student that, Bakugo always fights. And she says, who? And, the principal calls Deku, into the office. They Mitsuki sees Deku, green hair, green eyes, myself, Inko. Says this kid's name is Zuko. No, we don't know his last name. So, says this little brat always get into fights, And, Deku basically started walking away because he don't care. He pulls out his phone, puts headphones in. As principal said, don't ignore me, brat. This when, Deku sees a corner of his eye, he says this when, another kid was running towards, Izuku. And, basically, I think he noticed somehow that the kid was running to him, so he dodges, his kick. And then he fought him. He took him down so fast that he just kept walking. That was the first time I met him. And, over the years, things just got worse with his fights. Mitsuki just tells that to Inko. So, after time passes, Inko stays by Mitsuki's house, for a little bit longer. Then she leaves and she basically goes to the house that she, basically bought. Well, the apartment she rented. Which is exactly the same house Deku had before. They basically said you can go in there now to check out the place, but they didn't know that Deku actually had, the things that he had before were still in there, but it was just in a box, inside of one of the rooms, the master bedroom. They didn't know that, so, they basically just sold Inko the house. So, Inko lives there now, and she actually found the box. It's a box full of pictures of Deku, and just him. He ain't have no friends, and it actually has, his old hero, outfit before he bought, the new set. Before he got caught by the heroes and brought to jail, he actually got that, which has blood on it. Has Inko's looking through it. She sees pictures of Deku in various areas. And, she finds his hero notebooks. And, a journal of his, explaining all the trouble he's went through in his life and all the pain. How he wish he knew his mother or his father. But, he, couldn't meet them, and he hopes that they're doing well. And, he knows that they love him because, that's what a parent's supposed to do. So, Inko does tear up and cry about this, but, she goes to sleep. So, more months pass, and this, finally the exam for UA. All the heroes are looking for Deku at this point. Villains don't really care about him. Well, they hate him because, he's basically, he is as feared as Stain. The Cobra is as feared as Stain. When you see him, run on sight. Because, only a pro hero can actually fight with him. So, Bakugo goes into the exam, and Bakugo's attitude has actually changed. He don't really like Deku that much now. He actually hate him because what Deku did now. Because, Deku became what he sees as a villain. He kills, other villains, and basically he acts like everything's okay and just do this, but he don't know nothing. So Bako's quirk is stronger. Oh yeah, Bako does know Inko now. And Inko explained who she is. Her name is Inko Midoriya, and that she is Deku's basically mother. Bako was shocked, and he asked where has she been. Inko explains that she's been in America because of medical issues. I've been in a coma for 12 years. Well, for no time. And Bako takes the exam. He on the theory test. He gets second place after Momo. The fighting test with the robots. In the waiting room. Where President Mike was explaining the test. Bako wasn't doing anything. He was just sitting there. So Ida still interrupts President Mike, and President Mike basically embarrassed Ida by saying that he was getting to that part, but you interrupted me before I could get there. So Ida got embarrassed after that. Bako goes to the exam area, and he's in the same exam area as the Canon, and he actually does just as good as he did in Canon. After that's all done, he gets home. After a week, he gets, his letter saying that he passed and he got first place. He knew he would, so, he just basically put the disc and paper away. He just, got ready on the first day. First day rolled around, he went, oh yeah, I'm sorry if you guys see any notifications. I have my eyes closed because they do burned right now because something happened. Hit my eyes with something. I don't know what it was, but they burned, so I'm just gonna keep them closed. But I can open them for not too long. Just gonna have to keep them closed for right now. As Bakugo basically goes to school, sits on the desk, and put his feet up. He just still yells at him. Uraka comes in class. She's perfectly fine. They stopped the robot before, it crushed her. Kendo comes in. She taking Deku place. Everybody's there. As I always says, all right, everyone shut up and be quiet. Shut up and be quiet. No, shut up and sit down. He then says he is, the teacher, to put on these, outfits and go outside. As in the locker room, and that is peeking as in Canon, and he gets, poked in the eye. When, Kirishima sees Bakugo's body, he says, dang, dude, you're ripped, And, he sees cut marks on him. And, basically, some areas that basically have red at them. Okay, I see this one. She asks Bakugo what happened. Bako says, oh yeah, these made by some bastard from my middle school. Basically did this with a pencil, and he used my own quirk against me. And Bako just put on his outfit and he left. Outside, the girl see Mineta is the one who, got stabbed in the eye, so, they stomp him out. As all throws the ball to Bako, it says throw it. He gets the same as a cannon, and, throughout the rest of the test, it's like a cannon. But, only thing different is, Kendo is there. So, Mineta gets, booted, and comes in Abara. I'm going to do the hero versus villains in the next part, which I'm going to go over more details about it. So, thanks for watching, and peace out. See you guys when I do the Spider-Man Deku What If, which is actually right after this. Goodbye.